everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland Reviewer, and welcome to the Wasteland Retrospective here on the SPDM Crew Podcasting Network. And this is my weekly show where my guests and I each pick a film related in some shape or form. And hopefully by the end of this episode, you have two films to go check out. And it's the second Thursday of every month, which means it's our fearless leader, Mike Hilty of the SPDM Crew.
Hello. I was about to bow, and then I realized this was an audio medium, which would not play well for the
Well,
audience. But
I would have
hello.
appreciated it. I was going to salute you. And then I
Okay.
realized nobody would see that either. So there you go. But
Perfect.
we are doing a double dose of Tron, as this is quite relevant with the release of Tron Ares, which everybody was super excited about the first trailer, at least 95% of it. Until Jared Leto's face popped up at the end of the trailer, and they're like, no, what?
Oh, oh, that's right.
No. Why is he in this movie? But we are indeed talking about Tron and Tron Legacy. And let's get started with 1982's Tron. A computer hacker is abducted into a digital world and forced to participate in a gladiatorial games where his only chance of escape is with the help of a heroic security program. Directed by Steven Lisberger, starring Jeff Bridges, Bruce Boxleitner, and David Warren, as well as Cindy Morgan, Bernard Hughes, and let's be real, we're here for the Jeff Bridges.
Oh yeah,
But
of course.
but Mike, what are your thoughts on Tron?
So I've seen Tron, the original one, a bunch of times, but it's not like I watched it in the 80s or 90s. I watched it kind of later, like in the 2010s era.
Mhm.
You don't realize how many people pay tribute, whether ironically or legitimately, how many people pay tribute to Tron, which it's crazy to think that because this movie is like the most aggressively 80s movie on the face of the planet, but
Correct.
there is still something so damn charming about the
Mhm.
first Tron and just how over the top everyone is acting, but more importantly, those effects like have watching that in theaters must have been mind-blowing for all like 11 people who saw Tron in the 80s.
You got Master Control program Zordon before Zordon was a thing.
Mhm.
Um and obviously all of like the bright neon colored costumes and lights, and then all of the digital features of like the bikes and the floating whatever you want to call them,
Yeah,
um whatever
tra-
shape you want to call
polygon, trapezoid thing.
polygons,
Yeah.
um and all of those types of things. Like the special effects look so dated but so 80s that it
Mhm.
fits perfectly. And
Yep.
it's interesting because it's in such stark contrast to like this very crisply shot looking like 80s cinematography.
Mhm.
Like you see like Jeff Bridges in all of his glory of being Jeff Bridges in this arcade. The arcade is so 80s, it just hits the vibe so well. And like just from a special effects standpoint and like a music standpoint, this wild like cyberpunk kind of aesthetic just really fits that
Mhm.
vibe they're going for sure.
It also actually has like a shocking amount to say about corporate America as well, and how, just like it kind of talked a little bit about the plights of like technology and the internet or like the digital age, like the future. I feel like this is like one of those movies in the 80s because I'm sure there was a lot out there that were like, "Whoa, we need to be careful about like our data and the information that's in there and we just have to be mindful of that stuff." And that's again another thing that's I keep using the word cutting edge, but
Yeah.
it feels weird to say that because number one, cutting edge implies that it's something that has like a lasting impact and a legacy, but it's Tron. It's the movie Tron. That's
Mhm.
that's all that it is. But at the end of the day, also it helped kind of help spearhead this whole like man versus machine slash program slash matrixy world. Like, I don't know. It's to me, this is it's just a very heady movie that I was not expecting it to be, considering also that this is a Disney movie as
Yeah.
well. That to me is crazy as well.
It's it's a trendsetter for sure because this is one of the first like fully engrossing digital world type films. And I don't know if you'd have a Matrix without a film like Tron first, kind of
Mhm.
laying the groundwork. Obviously, the Matrix is made to look very like realistic to us, but this is that idea of being lost in this and programs being personified.
Mhm.
Because like there's like just a tax program. I'm just this program, and
I
then you have
have
to fight to the death.
like I don't belong here. I don't belong playing games. Yeah, it's crazy. Um just
Because like,
the mythology that this builds and this world in
mhm.
particular just it could lend itself to so many cool things, and it kind of bums me out that Tron Ares is get like putting these things in the real world because it's like no, 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 no. This is ridiculous. There's so many other digital spaces that we could travel to that would be far more interesting, but we're not.
Well, and that's like what Flynn wanted, man. Um, and it's it's cool seeing like Flu and Sark and Kron,
Mhm.
these characters in the game, like in this game, and Jeff Bridges is so charismatic, and he really carries this film a lot. Bruce Boxleitner is like, I wouldn't say he's like a great actor. He does a fine job. He's enjoyable. We enjoy him as, Tron in this and as Alan in this. I love David Warner.
Mhm.
David Warner is so great, whether it's Titanic or In the Mouth of Madness or The Omen. He just plays his role so perfectly. He was even the Admiral in Mary Poppins Returns. And like he's been in so many things over the years. And him as Ed Dillinger is such a great foil to
Mhm.
Jeff Bridges, Kevin Flynn, because they are the two sides of the coin. It's the creative, it's the businessman, and
Yeah.
how you look at technology. And I really wish that they gave Killian Murphy more in the sequel to this, being his son, but we'll get to that in a minute.
We'll get to that.
We'll get to that in a minute. But like David Warner makes such a great villain because he's Ed Dillinger, he is Sark, and he's the Master Control Program.
Mhm.
So like he's pulling triple duty here.
He's got all three angles kind of covered. That the master controller character per se or program, I guess is the best way to put it. Um, I never realized that South Park was using that as something that like the super best friends. Like there's
Mhm.
that episode which you can't find that anywhere now because it that depicted pictures of Mohammed, but nobody flipped out then. So there's an episode, that episode where they gather the super best friends, they gather up a group of religious relics and people, and uh, I think that character, it's Moses. That like that's what it looks like, and that's who they refer to it as.
Mhm.
And the super best friends were fighting I think Abraham Lincoln because he was like it was the statue of him in as the Lincoln Memorial, and they were like, "Quick, Moses, what kills a giant Abraham Lincoln?" And he goes, giant John Wilkes Booth," and everyone was like, "Yeah, that's a good idea." And I'm pretty sure like they made like either a Tron reference or a Master Controller reference during
Yeah.
that as well.
Well, this film is so influential and it's entertaining. Like, I'm not gonna say like the writing and everything's like the best
Yeah,
I've
the
experienced in a film.
the writing and I would just say the overall plot, it's pretty rudimentary, but
Yeah,
the
very
ra-
basic
you go for the
MacGuffin-y.
ride. You're going for the
Yeah,
ride. That's what
going
you're
for the
doing.
ride. It's an amusement park.
Yeah,
Um,
pretty much.
and it has heart and soul though. And like this philosophy of the grid and this mythology, like you mentioned, this mythos that they build up in it, I think is really effective. The world building's amazing. The technical aspects are quite impressive. I think Bridges and Warner do a great job of anchoring the film down as protagonist, antagonist. And it's an entertaining film. And
Mhm.
I don't have the nostalgia attached to it because I did not watch this until after I saw Tron Legacy.
Oh,
So like
oh, buddy.
it made me want to go back and get it because it got released from the Disney Vault
Mhm.
and Disney re-released it when Legacy came out. So I checked it out. I got it on DVD. Um it's it's a fun film and
Yeah.
I enjoyed going back to it. But spoiler alert, I like Tron Legacy better. Um
Oh, oh, okay. Um,
I'd rather watch Tron Legacy than watch this.
okay. That is a separate question. Which one is the better
Okay.
movie versus which one would you rather watch? I I think you're right on both counts, but
I'm not particularly saying either of these movies are great films. Like I don't think Tron's a great film. It's a fun time, it's entertaining, and it deserves the praise for the things that it really revolutionized for sure.
yeah.
But I guess Mike, do you have anything else on Tron?
Um, because I'm sure we'll talk about this with Tron Legacy, but the music in this
Yep.
is pretty great as well. And I don't know, like I think there is something cool about this whole notion of like a savior within like a digital space as well, which it's kind of funny that you have
Ad Galib.
yeah, yeah. So um also just one last time, Jeff Bridges just going for it and I'm here for it.
My wife's movie marathon in January for her birthday is going to be called Bridges Over Troubled Water,
Oh,
and
nice.
it's going to be all Jeff Bridges movies.
Well played.
So we'll see if we watch Tron or not.
Mhm.
True Grit is on the docket because she gets to handpick one of them and then everybody else votes on the rest.
Hmm,
But let's
cool.
talk about Tron Legacy, which came out in 2010. Ew, I love that. The son of a computer programmer goes looking for his father and ends up inside the digital world that his father designed. He meets his father's corrupted creation and a unique ally who was born inside the digital world. Spoiler alert,
Right.
synopsis. This is from the now renowned director Joseph Kaczynski. Because here's the thing, he made this, and then Oblivion, and then he had Only the Brave, which I argue is a great movie,
Mhm.
Top Gun Maverick, which is a great movie, and I think F1's pretty great too. So honestly, Joseph Kaczynski knows how to do some stuff. He knows how to
Yeah.
direct it. And we do have Jeff Bridges back as Flynn and Clue, starring Garrett Hedlund, one of the young up and comers of the time that tried
They
real
tried really hard to make him a
hard.
thing. Him and Sam Worthington,
Worthington and Jai Courtney, the three of
tried.
them
They
got.
tried so hard.
And you know what's so funny, Mike, is I actually enjoy all three of them now in the character actor work that they're doing.
Exactly. Yeah.
So to shout out one of Mike's podcasts where he talks about television, I listened to your Hulu episode, and Under the Banner of Heaven, I think Sam Worthington was quite good in that
He was
show
fantastic.
in a
And
supporting character actor role.
mhm,
Garrett Hedlund doing some good stuff on Tulsa King
mhm.
in a character actor supporting role. So there you go.
Hmm.
Olivia Wilde's in this. Bruce Boxleitner came back for this. Random appearance from Michael Sheen. Um, hamming it up in here. Um,
Hmm.
this is long before I knew how much I loved Michael Sheen and David Tennant.
Hmm.
Um, but Mike, what are your general thoughts on Tron Legacy?
I didn't realize I wasn't a Daft Punk fan until I watched this because this gave me some pause because this arguably has a phenomenal score and soundtrack. Like the
It is
music
the
in
best
this is
part of the
great.
movie.
Um, the plot for this is a mess. It's ridiculous, but that does not change the fact that this is visually stunning. Visually stunning work.
Yep.
Except there's only one thing here that kind of takes away from that. It's like
Blue.
stop trying to make de-aging a thing, Hollywood. Please stop it. I'd be hard pressed to think of a time that it's actually worked out in our favor for more than like 15, 20 seconds.
At least
Probably
digitally.
Kurt Russell in Guardians of the
Yep.
Galaxy Volume 2.
Which that was a mix actually of actual makeup and CGI. So there you
Mhm.
go.
So the big takeaway with this is that this movie was ripe for a digital or a legacy sequel because the way that this expanded the mythology visually is really what kind of takes this over the edge.
Well, the two biggest things, and you brought them up. One, the Daft Punk score is legit,
Uh-huh.
and I'm a big Daft Punk fan. Especially Random Access Memory, that album in particular.
Hmm.
I could do without a lot, like I love Robot Rock and stuff like that, but I could do without a lot of their like early, like really repetitive kind of like dance club music. But one more time, yeah, yeah, around the world, around the world. Um, but this score is amazing, and like I'm just excited for the Nine Inch Nails for Tron Ares. But
Mhm.
the special effects in this are immaculate. I
Yeah.
get like rewatching this, I could get past the clue thing because like I'm not saying it's good. I'm
It,
not
it,
saying it's good to look at,
it,
but at least he's supposed to be like a program.
yeah.
So like I like in my head I can get past that for this particular film, but all the rest of the special effects are peak and held up so well. Like you watch something like Ant-Man Quantumania and you look at it compared to this, and they're completely
What
generated
happened?
worlds.
What
And what
happened?
happened?
Yeah.
People got cheap.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Hmm.
And then you have this world building, the production design is amazing.
Hmm.
Like this whole world feels so cool, and the action's exhilarating. Joseph
Yes.
Kaczynski directs the hell out of this. The slow motion, the like the grid bikes and stuff like that, grilling.
I mean,
The
it's
yeah,
definitely been hyper modernized because we don't have like the fun caps like we did before and the
yeah.
neon lights, which
Like, where's the neon?
um like it definitely took its pages from like 2000s superhero movies that had were like monotone colors and different
Mhm.
things like that. But costume design is great. Like
Yeah.
technically, I feel like this movie is outstanding. It's
Mhm.
again, it just suffers a little bit because the plot is a little iffy, and also I feel like the choice of who they brought on, like from a new person perspective, like Garrett Hedlund, like we keep trying to make this guy a thing, and he's just not. And like you said, he's settled in very nicely to this supporting character actor role. Like,
Mhm.
look, at the end of the day, sometimes when you draft somebody, sometimes they're going to be a bench warmer and sometimes they're going to be a star. And Garrett Hedlund is a bench warmer. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. We need bench warmers out there.
I guess I'll look at that first because like Tulsa King, Barron's Cove, Lawman, Bass Reeves, like some of the stuff that he's been doing lately, I really appreciate.
Mm-hmm.
But like here, you can tell like he the line readings, the one-liners, they just don't hit.
Nope.
And this is like the second that Jeff Bridges shows up. Like Flynn, Jeff Bridges, not Clue. Because there's a point to why I said that because Clue's a very different vibe.
Yes.
He's very much like Obadiah Stane, Jeff Bridges. Uh, but when like Flynn shows up, like, yeah, man, like there's just an effortless charisma here,
Mm-hmm.
and this is supposed to be his kid. But then it really, and this is gonna sound so weird, but the second Olivia Wilde shows up, he out charismas him like instantly, and I'm just like rewatching it this time, I'm like, damn, like I really like her in this, and I like her in general. I know all that weird stuff that was like floating around, her and Harry Styles' relationship on like the set of like Don't Worry, Darling, and
Yeah.
all of that stuff.
Was
I could
very
do
was
without.
very was very icky, but
She's
look.
talented, and I
Mhm.
really like her.
She's
And
she's a talented performer and she's a talented director as
yes,
well. And yeah.
smart.
Mm-hmm.
But like I like her in this, and I like the idea of her character.
Mm-hmm.
Like I bought into like this was Flynn's dream and him needing to protect her
Yeah.
and this idea. I really like the idea that like the antagonist is Flynn's darker side, this
Mm-hmm.
Clue character. Like I bought into a lot of this. And like
Mm-hmm.
him disappearing, I thought that was an interesting. I bought all of that. Just like I liked the narrative,
Mm-hmm.
the plot beats where it's messy, it's
Yeah.
all over the place, and like the club scene was so cool. Michael
Mm-hmm.
Sheen, I love Michael Sheen. It was so out of left field. Like, what the hell's going on here?
Right.
And, you know, there's certain humor that falls flat. And unfortunately, I think a lot of it's Gary Hedlund.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and even like, who's, um, the like guy that helps out Clue? Is Bartik? Is that him?
I
Like
think
that, like
so.
I
Yeah.
was not amused by whatever the hell they were doing with that character.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and there, I really love Jeff Bridges' performance. I really love his performance as Clue too, because there's a intimidation. It just makes it a little harder to buy into when he looks so fake looking.
Yeah.
Um,
No, but you're right though. And I think the angle that they took with this was a smart call versus coming up with something that's completely new. And
mhm,
I think the corruption of something like the darker side of something that's already existing is a far more fascinating look at something versus just trying to create everything brand new. Because um, we just saw that recently with what is it, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, kind of something similar where we're going to take the message that someone had and use it for nefarious purposes
yep,
instead.
warp it.
Hmm.
Well, and that's the thing. Clue used Flynn as a scapegoat
Hmm.
so that he can gain power. And I find like that whole dynamic is fascinating. I just like some of the plot points as it goes on. It's like it's pretty standard kind of stuff, and it's just this film struggles from having a really boring protagonist.
Yeah,
Like Sam Flynn is boring.
he
He's not
is.
that
Yeah.
interesting, and that's a shame. Um, Also, I did not have like the big emotional connection to Tron, the
Mhm,
character. So when like spoiler alert, Rinsler's like revealed to be a corrupted Tron,
mhm.
like I think that's an interesting idea, but like I could imagine a bunch of people who are like big Tron fans might have been angry about that. That just has yelling on the internet vibe to I would imagine that's probably what happened.
Yeah, I can imagine because we can't have nice things, not
Can't
even
have
in
nice things.
2010. But yeah, like I'm sorry if you come to this for like a coherent plot, like you're going to walk out saying it was just fine, but at the end of the day, you come to a movie like this for the visual spectacle and just I like this is a movie that like I straight up regret not seeing in theaters because I feel
Oh,
like this would have been amazing to watch. And inevitably, when Disney re-releases this, when this turns 15 years old, um, or no,
it
or
is
it'll turn
15 years
15
old.
years old. God,
Did they
wh-
re-release this?
I'm gonna say I doubt it, but uh,
They should have.
they should have.
Put it in
But
IMAX.
that would have been great. But I don't know. Like when this turns 20, I'll probably find a way to see it. And this might be one where it's like, is it worth it to see it in 3D for that visual or for those visuals? But
I don't need 3D.
true.
But I guess, Mike, are there any other things that you wanted to add about Tron Legacy?
Um, I guess one other thing to shout out, just like the action, we talked a lot about the visuals, the sound is fantastic as well. So again, just a shout out to the technical marvel that is Tron. And if it had stuck the landing a little bit more with, you know, a little bit more substance with the plot, this could have been an all-timer. But instead, I'm assuming that the original Tron flopped at the box office pretty bad, but we'll see.
That's an interesting point. I'm going to look that up. But those are our thoughts. And that's a wrap here on another episode of the Wasteland Retrospective here on the SPDM Crew Podcasting Network. But, Mike, thank you so much for coming on and talking movies with me.
Thank you. $17 million budget, $4 million opening, worldwide 33 million. So no, it didn't bomb. It did adequately fine.
And Legacy made $400 million on a 170 budget. So
Well,
interesting. But thank you all for listening. Make sure to like, comment, and share on this episode. What's your favorite like
cyberpunk.
technological world movie or yeah, cyberpunk, live action Disney kind of flicks from the 80s, or even like what are some like war games and Flight of the Navigator, like what are some of your favorite like sci-fi movies from the 80s like that? Make sure to follow or subscribe wherever you listen to your podcast. The SPM Crew Podcasting Network is ever expanding. We have so many great shows with all different types of interest. I'm sure you can find something. And if you want to join the crew, whether as a guest on one of these shows or hosting your own podcast, make sure to reach out to us on our website. If you like our logo, check out HiFlyer Creative for all your digital marketing needs. But most importantly, thank you as always for tuning in and supporting the Wasteland Retrospective here on the SPDM Crew Podcasting Network.